The Great Barrier Reef is a global icon and an integral part of Australia's national identity, famous for its immense beauty and astounding biodiversity. The reef is the world's largest coral ecosystem. Visible from space, it stretches 2,300 kilometres along the northeast coast of Australia.
Hello, I'm Josh Thomas, Chief Executive Officer of the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority. The Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority is Australia's lead management agency for the Great Barrier Reef, and we've been managing this precious estate since 1975 with world-leading marine park management practices. It's our privilege to protect the outstanding universal value of this World Heritage asset on behalf of all Australians, but also a global community. The marine park is a mixed-use area that involves activities such as fishing, shipping, tourism, and of course defence activities. Australia's marine park zoning is the primary vessel we use to make sure that these activities are managed appropriately. And we do this in conjunction with the Queensland Government, with industry, community, the science and research sector, as well as traditional owners right along the Great Barrier Reef. Important activities like Talisman Sabre see us working with the Australian Department of Defence to make sure that the precious environmental but also cultural values of the World Heritage Area are protected into the future. During your stay here, we ask that you observe these precious environments that you're operating in and help us to protect them.
The Great Barrier Reef was listed as a World Heritage Area in 1981 and is recognised as one of the most biologically diverse places on Earth, supporting thousands of different species of marine plants and animals, including corals, the iconic dugong, marine turtles, sharks, giant clams, and of course, Nemo. The reef is the sea country home for about 70 traditional owner groups. Their connections to the region go back over 60,000 years to a time before sea level rise inundated the landscape. The marine park also has a rich military history, including war graves, aircraft wrecks, and other relics from World War II.
Hello, I'm the Talisman Sabre Exercise Director, Air Commodore Stuart Bellingham from the Australian Defence Force. Welcome to the region of northeastern Queensland, where we will be conducting military exercises across a range of defence training areas and non-defence training areas in the air, on the ground and on the water. Australian military training areas in Queensland have been used since the Second World War, and we continue to exercise in this area regularly today. We take particular care to minimise the environmental impacts of our activities, and I am pleased to say that we have an excellent environmental track record and very effective management systems in place. We work closely with the Reef Authority to integrate environmental best practice into our operations. We also undertake rigorous environmental assessment for all our training activities, which are thoroughly planned with strategies in place to ensure we protect this precious environment. We also conduct regular monitoring and research to better understand the ongoing impacts training activities may have on marine life and the bay itself. And with more than 17,000 troops involved in this year's exercise, it's important that we follow all the environmental protocols to ensure that we maintain the training area in the best possible condition.
Like all coral reefs globally, the Great Barrier Reef is under pressure. There's been significant impacts on the Great Barrier Reef over the last 5 years, including unprecedented back-to-back years of coral bleaching, outbreaks of coral disease and the coral-eating crown-of-thorns starfish, and severe cyclones and subsequent polluted floodwaters entering the reef.
The Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority undertakes a range of conservation activities in the marine park. You can be part of our effort to maintain this important area. Take your rubbish with you and work to reduce your environmental footprint, not just here in Australia, but even when you go back home. We all need to think globally and act locally to protect the environment. Again, welcome to Australia, welcome to the Great Barrier Reef. Let's all work together to preserve this important asset for future generations. See the reef, love the reef, protect the reef. Thank you.